Righto guys, do you know what time it is? It's ready for round 10. We've got the coffee in hand. Oh, we've got jobs going on everywhere too. But look, this is it, cheap car challenge, round 10. And look, we've done a ton of work to this car thus far. Let me just show you. It's look, it's quite interesting. I keep everything written down, as many will know. And we've got a ton of work done here. Where are we? We're on the wrong page. Let's get to it. Here we are right here. So we keep track of absolutely everything. I'll zoom you in there and you can see 1996 VS Holden Commodore. We paid $200 on the 9th of the 1st, 2024. What are we? Start of May. So we've bought the car, part 1, stripped down, part 2. Part 3, engine wheel clean. We did a carpet and car clean. And then we started refitting everything in part 5. A refit carpet covers, a refit seats, installed exhaust, an engine service and full check over car. Part 8, we did a new alternator and underbody pressure wash clean. Part 9, we did an ignition barrel plus key coated and replaced. And look, off to the right hand side you can see what we've, well, the expenditure, our expenses on the car thus far. Not much, $284.60, plus, well, about another $80 for the key barrel. So all in all, we're in this VS Commodore at $200 purchase price and a bit over let's say $250, $280 that we've actually spent on it. So we're about $580 in, not too bad. And what we're going to do today though, is, as I said, I've been making some big decisions on this car, and look, they're going to happen. So let's make it happen. We are going to, today, replace the roof lining. Now, some will have seen just how bad this roof lining is in this car. We did show it in the last video there just quickly. But look, the roof lining is horror bubble, absolutely terrible. And when I was about 18, I had a VP Calais, white over grey, same thing. Roof lining was in really bad condition, and I thought, well, me being me, I love to give things a go, and me being me, even when I was 18, I gave it a go, and I refitted one. So we pulled the roof lining out of the old VP Calais, 1991 it was. God, it was a great car. Love me Commodores. But look, we pulled the roof lining out, and I was renting a 2-bedroom unit at that time. We pulled it out the side door here, we got it into the spare bedroom of the unit, and look, I scraped off all the glue, refitted it with new carpet. You can actually buy carpet kits for them nowadays. Back then you couldn't, and I just went to the local tailors and bought bought enough black material, roof lining material to go on it. So there is a bit of a trick to it though. We will show you that, how to get them out. You've got to take all the handle grips and bars off, and we are going to do that. Excuse the mess. We've been doing some wiring jobs at the moment. But first, let's grab the key. Let's get the bad boy outside. He's, yeah, well, I was going to say it's been about 3 months since he started, but it hasn't actually, because we just did the brand new key barrel. If you've seen in the last video there, part 9. Let's have a look. Oh, come on. Oh, the battery's a little bit sluggish. Oh, no, what are you doing? Stay running. I bet I have to jump start this. Any bet I will. Oh, no, we've got him. Woohoo, can do stuff. So look, we're gonna get this outside because you can just see better when you're outside. You've got the natural light, of course. Let's put the windscreen wipers on. This car's at a full service. So we'll let it warm up. Just clean that front windscreen. Listen to the idle drop down. They got an automatic idle in these. Once that auto idle drops down, you're pretty much good to go. You're good to roll. Get out on the big open road. Not just yet. Bit of a tight squeeze out of that shed. So look, we'll get it out here, and out here is the best place to work on it because, as I said, out in the open, and we've got plenty of daylight. And I've even cleaned up the backyard ready for this project. So the last time you, mister, the last time you were sitting here, you broke the key on me, didn't you? Let's hope it doesn't do it again. So look, I might actually leave that running for a minute. Just charge the battery. That sounds a bit better. And look, as I said, we're going to make a start on the roof lining, get it all done today, or get it all out today, as I said, and make a start and show you a look. Running like a gem. That's awesome. This is the longest it's ran in 3 months. So anyway, let's open it up, let's grab the tools we need, and as I said, let's make a start pulling out this roof lining and show you how to do it, show you how to replace it. Alright, so we've just went and raided the toolbox very quickly, and look, I've just got very simple tools out in my hand. That's all that's basically needed to complete this job. Very, very simple tools. Phillips head, flathead, screwdriver, and look, I've even just grabbed a little pick there just to pick out any plastic covers to get out the screws. But you ideally could just do that with a flathead screwdriver. We've also grabbed out some battery-powered guns there, and also a 19mm socket, 3/8 driver, a 19mm socket there. So put him on the end of the ratchet there. We're just going to use him, sorry about that sun, just going to use him to crack the bolts of the seat belts there. We need to do it on both sides and just drop this plastic cover down. Just so, sorry about that sun again, just so we can get past, or the roof lining just past that point. And look, we could just do it on one side, but I will do it on both sides because it just makes it easier. And these roof linings are quite fragile, so you don't want to go pushing them past any clips or plastic bits that you could potentially remove in, well, a couple of minutes. So we're going to do it. So the sun visors have got to come down, the handle grips have got to come off quite clearly, and not to mention the interior dome light in the center of the roof. Now, as I said, these have got Velcro hiding up here underneath, a Velcro at the back. You know, the Velcro is holding at the front okay, the back not so. So look, we need to probably fix that too, get the bow out of it, replace the Velcro, but first we need to get it out. So we'll continue removing all the rubber stripping down. That's our first job, and then next we're going to remove all the screws and start pulling the handle grips, the sun visors, and then the dome light. So let's get to it. Well, for good reason I gave up mechanicking, full time that is, because some of the positions that you put yourself in cars doing different jobs, I tell you, it is very, very hard on your back, especially when you don't have a good back. So unfortunately I gave up mechanicking full time, but as you can tell, I just love it still. Takes the pressure off when you don't have to work 7 days a week or 5 days a week though. Working on cars, because often you know, work 5 days a week in the workshop, and then without doing your own car work, you'd be asked to do other people's car work. It never ends. Also had a lot of project cars on the side. In total, well, I'm 37 this year. Since I was 18, I've had over 110 cars. I couldn't put a proper figure on it. I used to count them like crazy when I was younger, but bought, sold, done up, you know, fixed up over 100 cars. So absolutely love it. We broke that clip, whoops. But look, we'll try and get the front ones off a little bit more gentler, try not to break them. These cars, this old, sometimes it's hard not to do. And it's not that great that I'm doing it with one hand. So they got clips running down, one here, and one here in the middle on this side pillar. I said, 2 hands, we best do it. Otherwise, we might break another one. That's all right. That's what we can get down to the wreckers for and replace also. As well, as I said, there's all this rubber stripping. You see it all worn out. So one thing or another thing for us to replace after the roof lining. Right, well there is our last side strip off. And look, we've just taken it all out and the roof lining is pretty much hanging there, not by much. The interior dome light and that front side panel, once again, we just need to remove him. Everything else is off and ready to fall down. It's already falling down. So look, we'll just do those last 2 things. I was just going to say it's good to, a good point to remember, always keep everything on the left with the left. And look, we've put the hand grips up the back there. So on the left side back, it goes on the left back, on the front side left. Well, he's up in the footwell there, up in the, you can't see him, but same thing with the visors. Everything from one side of the car stays with that side of the car. You go putting it all together, you're going to get yourself mixed up. We can put all our screws together because we know where they all go back to, but everything, as I said, on the left stays on the left, everything else stays on the right. Well, I reckon we've done all of this work, just stripping it down, removing the screws in probably less than about 15 minutes, and I've been filming too, which makes it more difficult to but look, we've got 2 last screws up in the roof lining. I always leave the dome interior light till last. Be careful too, because these are very fragile also. But we basically remove him and we just twist him up and through that square hole there. Let me just put my tools down and let the roof lining fall down a bit. So it's got Velcro on the front. So we just tilt him up through the hole and he'll poke his way through there, and we recover him on the way back out when we've got the new roof lining back up. So let's now show you a bit of a trick on how to get it out. It's all loosely just sitting there. Whoop, now it's not, now it's coming down on us. So let's get out, let's show you exactly how you pull it out of the car. So first step is to remove the bottom seat, and you'll see why in a second. Because without removing the driver's seat, we need to get it down as far as we can and give us as much room as we can. What that's going to do is going to allow us to tilt that roof lining and pull it out the back door there. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it is. So we'll just make sure the seat's right down at its lowest level. We can pull that stripping off, right off if we like. We can always put it back later. And now the roof lining shall fall down once we remove that dome light, and he's going to come out the car sideways, and we'll show you as we go. Right, for anybody watching, I made a mistake. Here I was saying it come out the back door. I swear I took my VP Calais one out the back door. Look, it's been some time though, nearly 20 years. But look, it comes out the front side passenger door, the most easiest that I found. And there it is right there, the old roof lining. And look, it's brittle, it's cracked once again. Not to mention us mucking around with it. We've got a few little cracks. Not too bad, which we can fix up with a bit of tape. They are only a very light material, just a cardboard backing on a bit of a, well, light, very light wood. I'm not too concerned though, because when we put the carpet on, we're going to use a bit of a harder, thicker carpet, like I did with my VP Calais, and that'll create that bit of a stiffer backing, and it should also fix that bow in the roof lining. So worst comes to worst, look, if your roof lining was in that bad a state of repair, you could ideally just go grab another one down at your local wreckers. The Commodores really are a dime a dozen. Just expect for it to be in, well, not in the greatest condition as well, but try and find one that's probably not as sun perished as mine. So let's start ripping this carpet off. It's a simple procedure, and you can see why they let go. So that glue is factory glue, and you can see once again the sun just dries it all out and makes it bubble up, foam up, and the carpet starts dropping, the material starts falling. And it's very notorious for all Commodores to have this issue. Whoops, we've just broken more. It's alright, we can fix all of that. I'm really not worried at all. Our job is to remove the carpet, scrub all this glue off here. Look at it, horrible. A great thing to use too is those green scourer pads, those dishwasher pads, and that's what we'll be using. But look at that, just with your hand, you can roll all the glue off. So look, there is our roof lining. That's all we need. It out of the car, the material removed, the glue removed. We can start prepping it for the new material and put it back in. And I'm going to use black, not grey this time. So we made a really good start bringing the panel into the shed here, the roof lining, and scrubbing it down. Now I said that we were going to use the green scourer cloth, and we were, and it was working, and it works okay, but not as good as the steel brush. So that's what we've opted for, because there's really thick patches of built up factory glue, some 30-year-old glue, and it's really hard to get off. But you can see there I've concentrated my time on the left-hand side, and we've cleared that side of the panel. I'll blow it off with the compressor there later. But we're going to start on the right hand side, and we're trying to unblock all these vent holes, because during the summer months that is what's going to help vent the roof and keep the heat down on your roof lining. So not deterred either, some will see at the back there, we've got a little bit of damage going on. And not deterred, we can save this roof lining, that's not a worry at all. And what will happen is when we get the new material, you can see this is just about as thick as your shirt that you're wearing, but when we get the brand new material, it's going to have that harder backing, so it'll help keep its shape and help mould this roof lining into place, so back into place for future. We also need to get rid of that bow somehow, but we will also be replacing all the Velcro strips on the back. You can see them there in the middle between the sound deadening. So we'll be replacing all those with some thicker, heavy duty Velcro strips, and same thing on the car roof, and holding this roof lining up perfect for future. So look forward to doing more. We are going to stop here today. We have to come back and finish scrubbing the panel off, clean it all up, and go shopping for some material. So when we do that, we'll come back and we'll give you a look. Welcome back there, guys. It's been a couple of weeks, and last thing I said was I was going to go shopping for some carpet. Well, we've done it, and we've got our carpet in hand. We didn't actually go shopping per se. We just jumped online, went inside, jumped online on the couch there, and found some on eBay. So they actually do a kit, as I said. And look, I wasn't going to buy this kit off eBay because I wasn't sure of the thickness of the carpet, and I wanted to go get something that I could first-hand look at and purchase on the spot. But after measuring it up and checking it out online on the eBay kit, I was happy to purchase this roof lining that's in the bag. This box here, the post he dropped off to with the roof lining, carpet, well, I don't know what he is. He's a mystery box, so we're going to open him too. So first, let's get some light on the situation. And look, I've had a bit of a clean up in the shed just recently. I'll swing you around. How clean is it? The reason being is because we've made some decisions lately. Just turn around and open those blinds. We've made some decisions lately to cram everything in and make as much room as we can in the shed here, basically, because we really need it. Because the decision that we've made is to keep this car, and not only keep it, but sand it back and respray it. And it's going to happen all in this shed. So space is a must, and we need to maximise that space the best we can. So look, we've already started stripping the car down. We've got a lot of jobs going on. Roof lining, sanding, painting. Look, we've already started sanding it too. As I said, stripping and sanding, and we're keeping this car. We've also buttoned back up in the engine bay here. We took apart all the upper manifold there, the plenum. We took the throttle body out. We sanded all that down. I remember taking out that little car slip. Look, we even polished up the throttle body. And I think what's in that mystery box over the back there may be some of my auto sole aluminium polish. So we'll check that out in a minute. We'll also give you a look at the roof lining carpet. Did I go black? Did I go grey? Surprise, surprise. We'll have a look in a second. We've also had the roof lining sitting out the back here in this little back storage area. And the reason being is because sitting on the barbecue here, it's begun to take that shape again, the shape of the roof of the car, which is exactly what we want. That's perfect. So because before, when we pulled this roof lining out, and one of the biggest reasons why we pulled it out, the carpet was sagging, but not only that, the whole roof lining was sagging. So in the center here, one of the clips had actually let go off the Velcro, and basically it had fallen down in the middle. So it had sort of bellied out the wrong way. So we need to put it on the barbecue here, or do something to help remold that shape. And it's doing it, as I said, just perfect. So projects galore. And look, as I said, big clean up in the shed here, trying to maximise space, trying to make room for future when we're sanding. Well, we're sanding now, but when we're painting, and even sanding, you know, I need to open the doors, I need to take door trims off, I need to take all the stripping off, the badges. We need all the room that we can have. Need enough room to swing a cat in here. So let's grab a little knife. Actually, the ruler will do. And let's open this mystery box. So I think it might be my auto polish. Let's get you on the ground. Bit easier. And I really hope you've been enjoying all these videos. I mean, this was a cheap car challenge. You know, look, I wasn't going to film anything. I was going to buy it, tuck it away, do it up, do this car up. However, sharing and showing these mechanical videos, well, it's been a lot of fun, and I enjoy every step of the process. Sharing all the tips and tricks. Aha, bingo. How's that? That box for that item. I could have went and bought that from a local auto store. However, that was so cheap online, so that's why I bought it. So auto sole metal polish, and that is going to complete the job up top there. I polish all our plenum lid. Not only that, you can actually polish up the whole fuel injection rail here too. So we might polish him up a bit later, but we will probably remove it to do that so we can do a proper job. And now let's have a look at the roof lining carpet. Because, remember I said I was going to go black or back to factory grey. What did I go? Hopefully I got the right colour. black. Bingo. Perfect. So I wanted to go black, and what we're going to do in future, seeing as though we're keeping this car, is we're going to... that looks awesome. That looks awesome. 3mm thick too, so it's got a foam underlay, foam backing, and that'll help keep the shape of the roof lining, give it that little bit more strength. So that's perfect. But what we're going to do in future, just getting sidetracked there, you can see there we've got grey door trims, grey carpet. Now I can easily spray dye that because that carpet is not removable. It's actually, well, it's sort of embedded in the door trim. Now the front ones, a little bit different. You can easily rip them off, and when I got this car, they were actually ripped off. So we've just sort of put a bit of contact adhesive on them. It's clearly not sticking down properly. Still that little bit tacky, sticky. So look, what we'll do is we'll rip these front centre bits off, and I've got some carpet in the office there where I keep all my supplies, materials, extra stuff. And what I'll do is I'll rip this piece off, we'll lay it down on top of the black piece, we'll circle around it, use this as a mould, and we'll cut out a new black piece. A nice new black bit of carpet, a black dash mat, black seats, seat covers. Tell you what, it'll look amazing. And you can even get black carpet to go into the VRVS's. Once again, eBay, about 150, 160 bucks. You can get the black carpet. I don't know what it is, I just love black. So, and look, with this car, spraying it, respraying and sanding it, we had two options. We could either go the same colour and do a closed door respray and respray it the green, because it still looks pretty good in a lot of areas. It's just some areas along the door skirts and trimmings that have got those rust spots and blemishes on them. So we could go the green again, or we could go the black. But if we go the black, that will require an open door respray. So to get in all the door trims here, spray all that black, engine bay, boot, look, a lot more work. So we have decided to stay this colour green, and it'll be a black interior. So looking nice, and I can't wait. Anyway, let's get this roof lining carpet out. We're not going to put it all on today. We are going to get it out though, lay it out on the roof lining, and at least give you a look. Well, we've got the roof lining down off the barbecue. It looks fantastic too. I remember as I said, it had a bit of a belly out in the back and the middle there, and we fixed it just by sitting up on the barbecue there for, about 2 weeks, and we even did weigh it down. We did have it upside down, weighing it down on each corner just to help mould that shape. And as you've seen, we did a few patch-up repairs. And look, this looks dodgy, I know. Like, this is the back of a electric terminal packaging. Just a bit of cardboard though, just to help stiffen that edge, stop it from folding and folding down that way. So I know it looks a bit hairy, but check that out. You don't see it. You don't even know it's there. And you don't even see it, like when we put the glue down with that foam backing, it's going to mould around that little lip of the cardboard, as I said, little repair there, and you will not see it, guaranteed, you will not see it. So that looks amazing, nice black carpet, and it moulds around all your lips and all your little high rises, low rises, like that's where the sun visor goes right there, and it moulds around just nicely. So if you've got too harder, thicker, stiff carpet, it would not do that, and it makes it that much more difficult to do this job. So there's our dome light, interior light. We've got to cut that little centerpiece out. But look, that looks fantastic. And it does say here in the packaging, some creases there. I can see a crease running straight down the center. But look, option 1, lay the item flat, press it down with a flat heavy object. Option 2 is just iron it with a very low setting, quickly and effectively removing the creases. And that's what they recommend. So look, I don't think I'll even bother about that. We will just lay them out here for a little while. I mean, you can sit like this for, oh look, until I'm ready to do it. I've got the contact adhesive already, but until I'm ready to finish it. So what I did quickly too is just show this, oh, there he goes. Just show this auto polish, auto sole metal aluminium polish. It's not just an alloy polish. It does polish up other metals, but alloy, oh, tell you what, works wonders. That's what I've always used since I was about 18. So nearly 20 years. And what it does, you put it on, it's white, like toothpaste. You put it on and you scrub back and forth, round and round, whatever you want to do. And look, I've already done the back. Look, I sort of put too much on there before. So I was just going to do half and then leave the other half. But we're just going to go back and forth and show you this front piece here. And the auto sole Once it goes black, as you can see, that's basically all the tarnish coming out of the alloy. So once it goes black, I mean, you can go over this time and time again and get it as nice as you want, but once it starts to turn that darker colour, that's when you polish it off and give it a real good buff. I keep picking up the polish up the front there and scrubbing it back on the front of the plenum. So look at that, absolutely amazing. And look, I'll just zoom in there. We could go further up once again. So look, looks amazing. We're going to do the back. We're going to finish the back because we have not really polished that up too much, but we'll do the rest, finish it all off. And as I said, that will look amazing. And we even take the plenum lid off so we can go around all the little alum keys there. So anyway, guys, we've got a lot to do. We're sanding, we're stripping, we're respraying the car, we're prepping it for paint. We're doing a bit of engine work, we're doing a bit of interior work, we've got the roof lining material now, and all we need to do is, don't mind the mess in the office here, turn some light on so we can see what's going on. So we've got the door trims off, and all we need to do is get that contact adhesive. Look at all my sprays. It's a wonder I can find it straight away. So quick grip contact adhesive, and look, that's what we'll use to basically spray down and attach the carpet, the new roof lining, to the carpet to the roof lining. So foam backing, 3mm thick, $55, $58 off eBay. I tell you what, does the trick. So next time we come back, this is the end of the video, but next time we come back, we'll be showing you that all finished, all cut, and all done. And then we'll start reinstalling. So anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. We've got a lot to do. We best get to it. We'll see you next time.